Welcome to episode 5 on our series about alfalfa on the Owendale map. This episode picks up after a 3-month nap, so we have a pretty good amount of money in the bank. I plan on replanting the alfalfa field into barley to feed the chickens, and hopefully getting a new field so we can plant grass to feed the goats and to sell silage. If we have enough money, we're also going to look into acquiring silos to store the grains and the milk. Beyond that, it's hard to predict what's going to happen on this game, especially on this playthrough. Thanks for watching and enjoy. 135. Let's pick the stuff up. Okay. I just need a smaller flatbed that I can use. Does that mean we're going to buy another truck? Yes, it does. Whatever the other truck won't get, this will. I don't need to think about what it'll get. I know between the two, I'll be able to get everything. Okay, well, it bought the eggs. That's 4,000. Goat milk. At the grain dryer? What is going on? Something's not right here. Everything's the same. Everything's available at... Let's go to the stations. What? What is happening? Why is this doing this? Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna call it for a day. I want to fix this game. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it. I think well, I didn't really fix anything, but I think our issues with that menu are done. So we're gonna go to Owendale Dairy. Apparently that's the place that wants goat milk. And that works out good because I'm the guy who doesn't want the goat milk he has. $28,000. We're at 140 again. Not too shabby. Okay. Well, I guess we get started. First thing I want to do, got 139,000. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take this alfalfa field and change it into a barley field. I got to make sure to keep some of the land so that I can expand the farm if I want to. Let me see. Yeah, so I think if I put a line, I do have the mod for free terraform now. If I put a line across here, that gives me room for now to expand, but I'm also probably going to buy this field at some point, and I can always expand in that direction as well. So I think for now, that's what I'm going to do is put a boundary. I'll put the boundary in after I'm done working the field. Make sure I got clean lines. So I'm going to go get some equipment. I own that tractor now. Yay, one less thing to lease. So before I do that, let's first see if it makes more sense to purchase that other field first. Oh, they only want 20,000 for it? Yes, that's definitely going to have to be my field. Down the road, I might even buy field 21, but right now, this is all we need. So now I own that field as well. Okay, so this is what I've come up with. I leased the mulcher that's on the front of this tractor, and as well as the cultivator that's on the back. Both of them are 5.6 meters. So in theory, this should work out just splendid. So let's go see if it does work. I don't think that mulcher's doing anything. It's not showing up as mulched. I mean, I have it hooked up. I tried the front and the back. There is no turn on. It's just not, you can see when I go into this menu, all purple would be what is mulched, and nothing is showing as mulched. Okay, so mulching is not a thing. All right, so this is the setup I decided to go with. This is the Elmer's 50. It is a cultivator, although it can be set for a mulcher and a weeder, but I found out through other equipment that alfalfa, being difficult and everything, also does not like to be mulched. So there's no sense in me mulching what's left. So I just have this set to tillage, and we're going to till this field, and I want to make it just a little bit bigger and a little bit straighter, and we're going to plant barley in at that time. All right, well, that was pretty easy. That was pretty fast. This is a big piece of equipment. For the most part, we didn't have any struggles with it. Old Blue did chug for a little bit, but we never got below 7 miles an hour. So that's pretty handy. Nice big piece of equipment makes for quick work. So I'm going to return this now. Then I'm going to find a seed drill so that we can seed in some barley. It'll be barley on that field, and it's going to be grass in the field where everything's parked. Let me just check what condition that field's in, if I need to plow it or cultivate it. Let me see. I think it's, if it's a seed bed, I want to see. Well, there we go. All right, looks like I need to do something on this field, so I might as well keep this cultivator until I get this. I'll do this field quick too. Again, this big old Elmer's cultivator made quick work of this field. Just a few passes and I was done. Old Blue did chug a little bit here as well. I think we got down to 6 miles an hour at one point. But for the most part, really no issue getting this done. Cost a little more to lease than maybe a hand tool or something like that, but I think it was my daily is $1,400 for this. But in the end, if I can get a field done this fast, that covers a lot of sins, if you ask me. So after this pass, we're going to go turn this in because we don't need to cultivate anything for a while. And then we're going to get a direct drill seeder, basically a no-till seeder, just because I'm not really sure. There are different textures on the land that I reclaimed that's on the perimeter, and I just want to make sure that I can get all of it planted, so I'm just going to make sure it's a direct drill. The majority of the seeders that are available to me are direct drill anyway, so So the nice thing about this cultivator, if you notice, it will not pull up stones. I have this map going on another save or another playthrough, and there are stones in this area, but this style of cultivator will not bring up stones. It is yet to be determined whether or not it's going to eliminate weeds like regular plowing would. Okay, so you can see what I went with, the John Deere Cedar. And the reason I went with that one is because, for one, I got it for $7,000. I could purchase it. But it is 5.2 meters of planting at 11 miles an hour. And if you check the other cedars out, you're near the 150K mark by the time you get anything else that'll even match that. So looks like I got a little extra seed and a little extra fertilizer. That's fine. I definitely see us using that in the future. Let me get this truck out of the way so I can fill these things up. I think the only other cedar that was in contention was this Pottinger, and it went 12 miles an hour at 6 meters, but it was, I think, 130,000. So I would have had to lease that. This, at least, I know I'll have a cedar when everything's said and done. I get one to keep, and I can definitely see us using cedars. Okay, so yeah, you can see I have both chambers full on the cedar, seed and fertilizer, and we haven't gotten rid of the first pallet of either one yet, so, well, that works out. It doesn't matter. We're going to use it. We'll be seeding other things. Eventually I'll buy more fields and stuff. So I'm going to get an AI worker on this because I just remembered one thing I didn't do was check on how much food the chickens and the goats had. So let me get this guy fired up. Hopefully he'll do it. It should be a field now. Yep. No. Oh yeah, remember that border I said I was going to put in? Now is definitely the time. Okay, so now should be the field. Let's try that again. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? Okay, let's turn him loose. I'll stick with him just to make sure he gets started. And he's all set to buy more seed and fertilizer as he needs it. Maybe I should turn that off because I have all that sitting up by the house. Nah, never mind. Let's go check on the goats. Let's just see what everybody has as far as food. Okay, the chickens first. Oh, they don't have any food. That's not going to make them happy. No eggs for me. So they take 3,000 liters of grass a day. I have 12,000, plus I have 1,600 in the meadow, so I don't need to feed them yet. I'll get them some grass. If you remember, that's right on those silos. All I have to do is take some off the silos and bring it to them. It's the chickens who I don't see the productivity meter going up. So I'm going to get some, what is it? Yeah, barley or chicken feed, whatever it is. I just always assumed it was barley. I'm going to get some of that and feed it to them so they can be happier. Nobody likes sad chicken. There you go, little fellas. Oh, and just FYI, I found out when I purchased this chicken feed, it's actually wheat. I'll just park it on the side here in its McParking spot. Oh, we have some, oh my goodness. Well, I'm gonna have to get the Mick lift, get that bale out of the way. I should just sell that. It is a tight squeeze. I mean, it's doable for sure, but it is a tight squeeze. And the roof is just about low enough to cause a problem with some of the other tippers or forage wagons. Lucky enough for this, we don't seem to have an issue with this truck. So if nothing else, this truck is super handy, even if just for that. There appears to be spots of straw on the floor, but I didn't put any in. Remember that it just won't take the whole bale. You got to shred it up or use the raw, and that's why I'm just going to wait for my barley straw. Couldn't be irritated if I find out barley doesn't make straw. I think it does, but I've had a pretty good streak of bad luck on this playthrough. Another building game that I play that I like is Satisfactory, and there's something in that game that this game could benefit from, or I feel it could, and that is the ability to throw things away. We don't have that ability, because literally that's a candidate right there. That bale of straw, I would have chunked it. All right, the purists aren't going to be happy, but I'm taking the quickest route. It includes a quick bath. I just want to get to Farmer's Mart and get this sold. Now, through some intense trial and error, we do know that this is the side that takes straw or bales. And there we go. We got 1,100. So we're at 95,000 now. Let's get a shed up. This barn should be making money for me as well. I bought the one with the solar panels, so it's not going to be on there. I looked, there was no turning on or anything like that. There was no customizing, it just was there. So I guess we have to wait for the month to crank over to see if we have any income from it. This field is planted. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it. This is something I do quite a bit. But we planted it to wheat instead of barley. It's not the end of the world. However, wheat takes longer to mature, as I understand it. So, in that respect, it's unfortunate. Okay, we're going to fill this up, and we're going to go, I'll remember, switch it over to grass to plant the other field. Okay, let's change the seed right now to grass. Boom. There we go. Leave that truck out there for now. Hopefully now this field I cultivated, I did take a little stab at, take a little grab at some extra land. Hopefully this recognizes it. If so, I'll just turn this guy. Yeah, kind of does. That's an unfortunate thing there. I misjudged the cultivator, but I'll accept it. I think there were 2 headlands on that, right? It looks like he's doing that. I'll keep this out here because I know he's gonna require more fertilizer at some point. So I did run out of fertilizer for a little bit there. However, I was able to fill it up again. No. Okay, you can see the difference in color here. Maybe the lighter color in the bottom corner here, that is the stuff that was not fertilized. Okay, so we're at $62,698. As you see, I took land from over there, so I had to get rid of my doormat. So I guess I'm officially moved in to the condo portion of the goat house. It smells a little like goat poop. No, it doesn't, because I don't have straw in there. That was a lie. There's no goat poop smell. They're not making poop. All right, let's sleep until tomorrow. All right, let's take a look. Oh, look, we're at 96,609. I'm telling you, that passive income from silage, that's where it's at. So we got some alfalfa growing here. That's just because I haven't tilled. Oh, we do have weeds. Look at that. Well, we're going to have to handle that. Yep, pH is bad, nitrogen's bad. And we need to weed this. Okay, so this field has no weeds. It's interesting because they were both cultivated the same way. Okay, so I couldn't find the original piece of equipment that I wanted. I think that might have been a different mod I had on prior to when my whole system crashed. But I found out that this piece of gear that I used for cultivating will also work as a weeder. Just depends on how you configure it when you buy it, or you can buy it in an adjustable state. So I'm going to get this set up. It's a nice wide implement, so it shouldn't take too much time to get this done. It did cost $23.71 to lease, but we'll have this place weeded in no time flat. Okay, well, we got the weeding done and we've returned to Elmer's. Weed partial, well, it's green, and I'm going to go back to green being the good color. I feel like we're fine. Expected yield is 75% though. What's this expected yield over here? Okay, so the expected yield over here is 95%. They were both cultivated and tilled in the same manner. I think it's just because I took a cutting of alfalfa off the other field and I didn't compensate with fertilizer. And I think that's where the difference lies. All right, so it's May. We're at 146,699. Welcome to June. So we have 135,000. That is a little bit lower because I had some expenses that didn't work out. I thought this was a universal underground liquid storage, but it won't store milk. Which, I mean, I get it, but that was 50 grand I could have used for other things. So anyways, I have this trailer, the one that was on sale for 12 grand. I purchased that, and I have 2,000 liters of milk in there. And now we're going to check on the grass, see if we can cut it yet. Ready to harvest. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to cut some grass and refill those silos. They are low. Man, am I ever glad I switched to this setup. It's so much faster than the Ribari. Now, I also was thinking while I was doing this, that forage wagon, that Pottinger, the one that I like, that has the windblower built in, I can get that for $125,000. I think I should purchase that and then completely be weaned off leasing. We have enough grass here to make enough silage to make a good passive income, and we can also expand on the farms. All I have to do is, I mean, I guess we're safe. I can buy chicken feed here and there. But once we have that wheat harvest, we'll have plenty of food for the chickens. We have plenty of food for the goats. We can expand them, no problem. I think maybe we should purchase that pottinger instead of lease it. And obviously, we're going to be using it. I don't know. I guess I'll consider that when we're done here, which is right about now. Nice. I did it. I went and purchased this forage wagon because I like it that much. We're down to Brokesville again, but thus is the way of farming, is it not? So let's go get some of this down grass. Let's put it in the silo and start making some silage. So I just finished harvesting the downed grass, the free grass that comes from the roadside and all that. And this is going to be 250,000 liters. Of course, that's not a reason to buy it because I paid $40,000 for that land. I bought it so I could join fields, but that is a nice perk. You can see I did one strip over there on the far end of the field, but I also didn't gather the little bit that's on the other side of these silos, so it should be either way, 250. That's free grass that I have. Just because I purchased the infrastructure, the road system. Now I'm going to go finish the rest. What is there for us to do at the moment? We could get milk, but there's nothing pressing. Let's check to see how the animals are doing on food. Well, they're hungry again, and they could use some grass, so let's get on the McLift and get it over to the chickens and give them some wheat. I just decided to purchase 2 this time. Every time I check them, they seem to be out, and I have to go through the whole process. Why not just have one on hand, right? We got the room to store it, so man, I wish this was easier to use. But I'm happy. I can feed the chickens at least. All right, it's okay, guys. I'm coming. You can see I hit the eggs with the mower a little bit. Oopsies. There we go. Then I'll just put the other one away in the shed. So I guess we can just put this right into the liquids trailer. So that was a good purchase. Although it might be a tight squeeze to get out of here. Oh, when do we want to? I think we want to sell that in January as well. Yes, that's at it's at its lowest now, so. And I believe that is going to be all for today. Just as a recap, we were able to till and plant both fields. We purchased the forage wagon that I like. Whoa, this thing's got power. We sold some eggs early on. We bought a liquid transport to store our milk in. We mowed the alfalfa. We got about 450,000 liters, 250,000 of which was from the infrastructure on the road, and we still came out on top. Oh, we also purchased a seeder and way too much fertilizer and way too many seeds. Everybody's fed, fat and sassy and happy, and I need for them to go to work now, and we'll come back tomorrow and see how much work they did. Thanks for watching.